What is going on, guys? It is Mack here. Thanks for coming in to the first episode of Markup Mondays with Mack, Forex edition, of course. Today, I'm going to be going over the price action in Euro USD. For those of you who watched my last video, I predicted that price is going to come up here, ultimately on the daily, eventually taking out these equal highs here and coming in to fill the imbalance up here in around 1.2100s. And until then, I seriously, based on how healthy the price action has been, we've continuously just been making higher highs, higher lows, higher high. This is the last structural point here. So based on having this liquidity all stacked around here, we were imminent for a drop down, taking out this liquidity. And this is exactly what I expected today. I didn't expect it to happen on a Monday, I'm not going to lie, just because the amount we moved today, and I'm going to go over it all. We actually exceeded the daily range for EU. So I didn't expect a big move like this to continue. That's why I actually looked for longs at the very bottom, and I'll show you that as well. So yeah, like I said, we were building up this liquidity for how many days here? 5 days. We were consolidating at these highs after we broke right here, okay? And in my last video, I said, I think we will come up to this supply here, get a healthy pull back and come up. But at the end of the day, the markup, looking at it from an unbiased standpoint, it could come down here, and we still have this structure point here as well and go up, because we know there's a lot of liquidity sitting behind here. So what I'm going to do here is bring you guys down to the lower time frames. And this is what I do every single day. This is what I do at the end of every single day, is I go and do a markup of what happened throughout New York session and London session. And, price tends to repeat itself. So you get an idea and subconsciously train yourself when you see these patterns arising and you see certain situations occur over and over again. You start to develop this subconscious map in your head, and you're more prepared when you see them. So let's walk right through this right now, and I'm going to show you guys how I would go about price action today, okay? So just give me a second here. So as you guys can see here for London, we respected this previous day high from Friday, which in my opinion meant we were coming lower. So this line right here, I'll take it off for a second. This line right here represents the open of London session, okay? So as you can see, when London session opened, we had a strong bearish move down, inducing early sellers in. We broke this structure point here, which is where we broke the highs to the left. So in my opinion right here, this low being broken was showing that we are inducing sellers early, and we should be heading down bearish for the day. So I will show you exactly how I would go about this on my everyday trading session, and we'll just go through price together. Okay, so follow with me. This is the first episode, and we're just going to get all the corks out, and we're just going to have fun with it. Okay, so as you can see here on the 5-minute, London session opened, it brought us down right away. And then what this did was trick smart money traders in here thinking we were going long, because look to the left, we broke structure technically, yes, but we respected this high and we respected this high, and we had all this liquidity built up down here, okay? So as you can see, like I said again, bearish down, we pop back up, we have an unmitigated supply zone right here. I'll highlight this. We had an unmitigated supply zone where price absolutely melts from. And for anyone who caught this, I know a couple RM trading guys caught this. I know Raf caught this. It was a beautiful trade. You could have your stop. If you wanted to be conservative, you could have it above the high here for 7 pips. Or if you wanted to just have it above this high, you could have had a stop as low as 2 pips. And all the way down just to this low would be a 1 to 11. All the way down to the liquidity residing down below here, 1 to 21. And if you wanted to go all the way down, taking out all these equal lows as well, which is what we did, you could have had yourself a 1 to 36. And moves like this happen all the time, guys. There's a reason behind it. It's not a random sequence. It happens for a reason. And being objective and zooming out, you can see all the liquidity that we have down here. We built up, let's see, did we build up a trend line? Yeah, so we had trend line liquidity here. Price is painting the picture that we want to come down. Price is painting the picture that we want to come bearish, and we want to make a new higher high in this price leg. Okay, so from here to here, we wanted to fill this imbalance. We had equal lows here, trend line liquidity. It was obvious we were coming down. Okay, so that is the London session short that occurred. And like I said before, I only trade New York session. Okay, so when I see that price has become bearish from pretty much all of London, you have to assume that there will be a pullback for New York. It's either going to consolidate or we're going to have a pullback. And this is exactly what I predicted was going to happen. And I'll walk you through that right now. Okay, so we had the London open short where we came down, tricked early sellers, right? And some people may have caught sells here. We blasted back up, mitigating these orders out, tricking people into thinking we were going long. And then we blasted all the way down, taking out all this liquidity. Okay, so I'm going to take this off. Now zooming out for a second, where are we right now? So we have this high, we failed to break it here, we failed to break it here, which means all these are weak lows, okay? So it means liquidity. So I'll just draw this on here for all of you. So we have the liquidity down there, okay? So when I look at this now, and I'll show you my thought process with why I took this trade. Okay, so look, we come down strong, and as you can see over here, we have an imbalance below the equal lows, and it's also an order block that has not been mitigated to 50%. Okay, so look actually where it stops, right at 50%. All right, so I'm going to take off this London low, this London indicator. Sorry, give me one sec. So price is coming down very inefficient, and I'll show you guys what tends to happen. Here we are, we're continuing down, and by this point I'm on the charts around 7:30. Okay, so I see we're coming down. I see this little consolidation, and this line right here at 8 o'clock, I'll mark this on for you guys right now. 8 o'clock for me represents the beginning of New York session, okay? So it's typical New York fake out right away. We have the bullish price action right at the start, and then we aggressively come down. We have bullish price action again start to form, and then we aggressively come down right into this unmitigated POI, right below this low that we can use as an inducement. So there was liquidity residing behind this low, but this is the structure point, okay? So it can break this low, and we are still technically bullish overall because this is the structure point, okay? All right, so as you see, we're getting the fake bullish momentum right away to trick buyers in, okay? And then we have the strong push down initiating another apparent bearish leg, okay? So people might think we're still going bearish. When price leaves imbalances like this, at some point in time, it is going to come back up there, okay? So because we had all this imbalance, I was counting on price making its retracement up because we have been so bearish, okay? So if you wanted to, you could place an order on this order block if you wanted to, or you could either go about it in two ways. You could have a order set to catch the move up right away, or I'll show you this right here. So you could have your stop loss right here below the order block, and you could target. So 1 to 3, 1 to 5, just like that. At 1 to 5, you'd be done for the day. 5%, that's great. So say you wanted to take this, okay? So far in New York, we had this bullish move up, okay? We had this bearish leg down in London, and then we had this bullish move up. So I'll show you guys another entry that you possibly could have had if you weren't a risky trader like that. And as you can see here, we built up some liquidity right after New York brings us down on the 1 minute. We build up equal lows, we stab it through. So what you also could have done is enter right here once you get back above this right here if you wanted to. If that was the type of trader you were, you had another entry right here, which you could also target up here as well based on whatever RR you wanted to choose. So there was that one, okay? And then going through here, this is a short I took as well. And I'll show you guys why I took this, okay? So on the 2 minute time frame, once this left the station, we had equal highs right here, which means what? Equal highs mean liquidity. So we have liquidity right here on the 1 minute. Liquidity right here. We have this unmitigated supply or order block, So liquidity residing up here. And when price is coming up super efficiently like this, like I just previously stated, it's going to fill this imbalance. So I personally was expecting a move either all the way down here or at least into this area here, filling this imbalance. So I had an order right about here, and I had my stop loss just above this. And I actually took my trade out right here at a 1 to 3. Okay, I had a 1 to 3 and I took 80% out, moved the rest to break even, and I actually ended up getting tagged to break even. But I'm grateful because, as you can see, price came back up and I would have got stopped out. So that is the opportunities that I saw for today. This is exactly what I do every single day. So the series is going to be, it's going to be up to you guys. Would you guys rather see me go over price and then explain at the end where I want price to go or where I think price is going to go? Or would you rather I just do a weekly analysis for my pairs that I'm looking at here, AUD, EU, and USD, and I can even do the DXY? Let me know in the comments what you guys think, and I would gladly get that out for you guys. I want to do exactly what you guys want me to do because I want to help as many people. If you're not in our RM trading group already, go fire that up in the bio. We have almost 260 people in there that we're trying to help, and we're changing lives every day. And it's such a great group. It's such a great community of people. And I'm so friggin' grateful that we have that here. So just to run this down one more time, London Open, you could target all the way down here, right there. You had the New York buy right away here, target up here. And we also had the New York sells from right here, targeting down here, but I closed up here. I hope everyone enjoyed that. I hope everyone enjoyed the first episode. I hope it all sounds good. Thank you guys so much for coming in. Thank you so much for subscribing and liking, and I'll see you guys next video. Take care, and we'll see you later.